Alright, so of course, I've created a spreadsheet that will allow you to choose a great name based on two different criteria. The first criteria is it's called the Eiger Naming Guide by eigerinternational.com, and I found this reference in several articles, and basically they have a whole document explaining why they chose this criteria: appearance, distinctive, depth, energy, humanity, position, sound, 33, and trademark. They're all described here, and they're also these two naming guide systems are also available at getbliss.com/resources, so you can play with them. And it's very interesting. So the way you do it is, again, you just put everything on all the possible names that you and your friend and your co-founders came up with on the left column here, and then you're gonna put different weights on what is more important for you of this criteria, and then you're gonna go from you could either go from 0 to 10, or from, in my case, I think it's just simpler, go from 0 to 5, 0 being it doesn't meet the criteria, and 5 it completely meets the criteria, and in the middle, well, more or less it doesn't or it meets the criteria. So the Bliss naming guide is a criteria that I came up with that I think it makes more sense than the Eiger naming guide. However popular the Eiger naming guide is because I find it hard to understand. For example, things like, well, let's say humanity, a measure of names' warmth, its humanness, as opposed to names that are cold, clinical, and unemotional. Okay, that makes sense. Energy makes sense. Depth, layer upon layer, meaning association. The one I liked the most was 33. The force of a brand magic and the word of mouth buzz that a name is likely to generate refers to the mysterious 33 printed on the back of Rolling Rock beer bottles from decades that everybody talks about because nobody's really sure what it means. Okay, put some 33 on your names. Anyways, the description of all these criteria is here. And then the criteria that they didn't have in the Eiger naming guide was whether the .com domain was available, which to me is nowadays is crucial. So that's very important. And if from 1 to 5, its weight is a maximum, because sometimes that's going to actually decide whether you take the name or not. You can get a .net, .org, or maybe you can put, for example, on Bliss, I put getbliss.com because bliss.com is taken. So you could do something like that, and eventually, if your company grows really big and you have enough funds, you could actually go and pay for the .com domain. There's many cases. For example, Facebook was called thatfacebook.com, and they had to pay $500,000 for Facebook.com when the company had the funds to do so, right? But ideally, if it's available, the .com would be fantastic. Now, I'm going to talk about the Bliss naming guide, the one that I think is simpler to understand, because the criteria is this one: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 criteria. Is the .com available? Is short? Is it memorable? Is it easy to spell? Is it easy to say in different languages? Is it unique? So it doesn't exist it doesn't exist as in the dictionary. Is it related to your business? Is SEO friendly? It has a sound that matches the vibe, culture, personality of the brand, and is not already trademarked. That's very important. And here's some names of names for a product that I've been working with some friends. Actually, we actually ended up selecting Ugoy. And this is very simple. Just add the numbers, and whichever is the highest one, then you'll know that it meets the best those 10 criteria. And you could use the Eiger naming guide if you wanted to test a different guide as well. Something I like to do as well is come up with a bunch of keywords that are related to the type of business that we're trying to create, and then see if the combinations are available as .coms. And I'll show you next 3 tools online that allow you to find available domains based on the keywords that you decide. Hey, did you enjoy this video? If you want to see more like this, just subscribe here. If you want a free gift, click here. Yeah.
Which one is going to